Good morning. My name is Steph and welcome back to my channel, Mountain High Life. Today is Saturday, June 29th, and I am here at the Rainbow Lakes Trailhead outside of Nederland, Colorado, and I am going to be going on a long run today. Should be about 20 miles and about 6,000 feet of gain, give or take. So that being said, for today's video, I am going to actually be taking you guys along for a weekend of back-to-back long runs, but really showcasing how I fuel for said efforts. And fueling encompassing both nutrition, hydration, as well as rest and recovery between both efforts. Hi, editing me. I wanted to pop in and just explain that although the intention was to have this video depict a full weekend of back-to-back runs and what fueling for that looks like, for brevity's sake, I'm pretty much going to show you what my fueling looked like during the runs and perhaps a few things after the runs. I will talk briefly about what I ate in between runs. However, because of the length of the video was getting pretty long on its own, I decided to cut those parts out, so you'll be seeing me fueling long runs as well as talking about sleep. So back to the video. Love you. Right now, I am 4 weeks out from my first ever 100K. If you didn't know, I'm going to be running the Never Summer 100K on July 27th in Gould, Colorado. Without further ado, I'm really stoked because I'm going to be exploring a completely new to me area today. I'm not going to lie, I'm running on very minimal sleep. We're already kind of lacking in the resting department. I'm running on about, I think I said 4.5 hours of sleep. But that being said, my bag is packed. I'm pretty much ready. I want to get going. It's about 6 a.m. So I'll see you guys out there. 3.5 miles in, 1,700 feet of climbing, and I need to eat something. So I'm gonna have this, which is like homemade whole food gel. I'm gonna start with this just because it's easy to get down. Not gonna lie, it feels very ominous, but I feel pretty good with my poles out. It's just weird because there's no other footprints, but okay, I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing. All right, we made it across, but I think whoever had been here last, like, it's just been so warm, the tracks keep melting, so I just had to like go off my watch in the car and we made it. So I'm 7 miles in. You can like hear my voice. It just sounds tired. 7 miles in, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Feeling okay, getting my fluids in and everything, but we'll have a proper snack here in a moment. Eight and a half miles in. I'm gonna eat this while I'm kind of still going down, because we have a big climb that we gotta do. Let's get to eating. decided to stop. I'm going to change my socks because I ran through a creek and they just got soaking wet. So I'm going to let my feet dry out for a moment and put on some different socks. And while I'm doing so, I'm going to go ahead and swap out my bottles. One bottle of electrolytes down, and then this has 1 scoop of caffeinated Tailwind as well as a scoop of electrolytes. Finish this bottle of water. 1 bottle of water down. So boom, we're gonna put our socks on and get going. It's probably like 10:30, so I would bet we'll be done here in the next hour and a half. I'll be honest, I am feeling just really tired from a shitty night of sleep, not getting enough sleep and not sleeping well. So I think I mentioned it. If you are interested, I started at the Rainbow Lakes Trailhead and ran up the Arapahoe Glacier Trail. When it meets with like the Arapahoe Peak, and I think it's Arapahoe Pass Trail. I think I went down the Arapahoe Pass Trail. There was no signage, so I'm not entirely sure what the name of that trail is. However, I basically ran down into that basin, and it brings you towards the 4th of July trailhead. I was going to try to get to Diamond Lake, but just out of safety. I mean, honestly, I think I would have been perfectly fine now that I see how the clouds are. You know, it is what it is. We're gonna just kind of get to moving, but we'll have a snack here in a moment. I don't know what I'm gonna have. I have plenty of bars, gels, and gummies, so basically any texture you could ever want, I've got. So let's do it. So we are done. 17 miles in quite a few hours. Was it 20 miles, 21 miles? No. To be honest with you, I probably could have gotten the extra 3 to 4 miles in there. It probably would have been fine. However, with how exhausted I am and how little sleep I got last night, I don't think it's a bad idea that today got shortened a little bit. What's next? I did want to give you a little rundown. So on my run, I ate a PB&J stuffed boba bar, a apple, cinnamon, and caramel Sturka bar. I had 2 bottles of electrolytes. One had an additional scoop of Tailwind. I thought I had another bar. Wow, I'm that tired. What was the other bar I had? I had another bar. No, I didn't have another bar. My God, I'm so tired. I had my homemade puree gel, which I will make another one for tomorrow, so I will show you exactly what goes into it because I've gotten some questions on that. With these longer efforts, I've actually come to really enjoy eating food, not just gels or liquid nutrition. Like, there is an element of hunger, you know, being out for that long and moving a little bit slower. I feel like my body can kind of let me know, hey, I want to eat a bar, I want like real food. Post run, I have this ready to go, the Sturkathon protein bar. This is probably my favorite protein bar ever made. It's so good. I just love the texture. The flavor's good. You don't get protein. You don't get any chalkiness, grossness, whey, nothing. I think it's just a really well-made protein bar. So if you're in the market for a good protein bar, Sturkathon. It's so good, dude. And it's the chocolate, caramel, and peanut. Check it out. Another focus is going to be to drink plenty of water. On my way home, I need to stop at the grocery store, get coffee and milk, and I'm really feeling, you know, some good old grocery store sushi. I'm not even going to play it. And then a shower, and the biggest focus for the afternoon is going to be water and rest. I just really need to be horizontal on a couch. Whether or not I'm sleeping, I don't really care, but I need to lay down. I just need to rest so we can be ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow might make it a little bit longer, but we'll really just see how we rest today. Enough rambling. Yeah, solid day. Got warm, beautiful. Stoked to see what tomorrow has in store. Okay, love you, bye. morning. It's about 7:25 in the morning and I am at I think it's called the Camp Dick trailhead or Middle St. Vrain. I don't know, but it's outside of Camp Dick. And I'm pretty much good to go, but I was just about to put the finishing touches on packing my bag. So I thought I would show you. Whenever I have a trail run, I usually just pack like a bag of food or nutrition. I did, like I showed you, made my gel yesterday, so I will be bringing this. But I like to bring like a variety of things because I never know what my appetite is going to request while we are on the trail. So usually I will bring a packet of gummies, some kind of like an actual like gel just as like a emergency nutrition. Lately I've been loving these, the stuffed Bobo bar, and there is 51 grams of carbs in these things. I like these bars for the most part. They can be the texture's a little like seedy, got like nuts and seeds type of bit in there. These are good, but they're not my favorite. I also love the Sturka rice bar. I think these are so good. Yesterday I had the apple cinnamon caramel. Today I'm gonna I have dark chocolate chips, so I think I'm gonna bring that. I really like the date almond sea salt. I like that one and the apples and cinnamon one quite a bit. Those are probably my two favorites. I kind of have a little mix of everything, and I did make a tailwind with electrolytes, and then I have an electrolyte bottle as well as 2 extra bottles of water. So I think we're good on the nutrition front. Today I am going to be doing a 20-mile effort. Really quick, I almost forgot to mention, so I did get about 7 hours 45 minutes of sleep last night, which I was hoping for more, but I fell asleep maybe around 8:30 and I slept pretty soundly until about like 5 o'clock. So not too bad. So yeah, I'm just gonna load up my bag and I'll see you guys here on the trail shortly. I forgot my microphone. The audio might be today. Name of the game should be about 20 miles, but like 3,000 feet of gains, a little bit more runnable than what we've been doing. I'm gonna try to run as much as possible, and then I'm trying to summit, which will probably be slow through there, but pretty much just gonna try to run as much as possible. But I will say, despite not getting even 8 hours of sleep, I really do feel so much better than I did yesterday. Just thought I'd mention all that, but onward we go. 7.5 miles in, and I am just bombing my nutrition right now. Like, I have been really good about fluids, but I think because it's so warm and hot, I haven't really been hungry or wanted anything. I've also been feeling pretty good, but that's not really an excuse. So I'm gonna mom myself and sit here, make myself eat something. I'm gonna do this guy to start. They're like an adult Rice Krispie treat. I think they're really good, palatable, and the texture is really soft, so it makes it easy to eat. It's so steep. We're at 11,000 feet and feeling it. This last mile, 2-ish miles, mile and a half has been so steep. I've climbed like 1,500 feet in a mile and a half. So no joke, so steep. I talked to this girl and she warned me about this, which I'll show you in just a second. But what I'm gonna do is just a little recon, try to make it to the top of this saddle and then pretty much turn around from there, because this is kind of an issue. Look at, you ready? Look at this snowfield. I don't really think there's any way to put it in perspective of how big this is. Not gonna try this. I am concerned because the route I have planned for next weekend, I don't know if it is supposed to cross this, but right now I'm just gonna work my way up. But 11 miles in, bottles are replenished. I got electrolytes and caffeinated Tailwind, and then just some water. I'm still working on my, I think I'm gonna call it, but I had a good name for it. It was, okay, when I think of it, I'll let you know. Performance Puree. I just put on more sunscreen just because the sun is really strong. About 2 miles left. Definitely warm, feeling pretty good. My left ankle and toe, well, the ankle feels stiff, the toe just feels pissed. So the name of the game is just to kind of make it back. I might try to get some extra nutrition in. It never hurts, even just for 2 miles. We are officially done. I did a little washcloth bath shower type deal. It definitely helps relieve some of the stick factor after an effort like that. Just sunscreen, sweat, dirt, electrolytes, mountain, a little bit of everything. But I did end up running maybe 0.8 of a mile, not quite a mile. I wanted to get to 20 miles today. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna be honest why we do the things we do. I am very thirsty, so I'm gonna drink a lot of water. I did not drink my second water bottle. I did drink all my Tailwind and electrolyte bottle that I brought. So I'm kind of behind on water. Honestly, I was behind on nutrition all freaking day today. I am so lucky that it never came back to just absolutely bite me in my rear end. I really lacked on it. I don't know. I don't know what came over me, but I think a lot of the times, if I'm being perfectly honest, I really struggle to get nutrition down when it's hot outside. So I definitely think that played into it. Not a great excuse, but that's why I should really, really, really think about when I know it's going to be hot or if I'm going to be at lower elevation, not necessarily all alpine, to really consider liquid nutrition, just because it takes the thought out of it, the need to eat. Because yeah, I fell behind. It did not bite me today. I'm very lucky. I definitely recognize the shortcomings there. One of my goals was to run quite a bit today, and I would say I did that. It was a fun adventure. It was really fun, and to deviate from the route I had planned because of that snowfield. However, the switchbacks were pretty easy to follow. I felt very comfortable doing them. I knew it was in my wheelhouse. Route finding is something I've gotten better at. I'm by no means a pro. The actual trail to the summit was quite primitive. There was no actual trail. You just kind of had to go up, but thankfully it was just tundra, where it's not really rocky. It wasn't boulders, talus, scree, nothing like that. It was just earth with rocks. next weekend, I am going to be kind of back in the area, and I think I'm going to be running segments of the trail I was on today. All in all, very quiet, not too many people, which is much different than what I've been kind of working with the last month or so. I need to figure out my meals. I don't know what I'm going to end up eating the rest of the day. When I do pick my post-workout meals, I try to really focus on high protein and a good whole food carb. For me, it usually helps with my recovery. And to be honest with you, I felt pretty good today. I felt more rested, and I think definitely getting closer to 8 hours of sleep helped with that. Besides the point, I know I could have eaten more on my run. I should have eaten before my run. I could have done much better with nutrition, but here we are. The deed is done. I'm just keeping it real. I'm learning, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. Touching on it very briefly, these back-to-back efforts and these long runs, these alpine efforts, they are getting easier. They're feeling a lot better. I'm not feeling as tired and fatigued. My legs are feeling stronger. My mind is feeling stronger, and it's leading me to instill more confidence in myself. Like I said, next vlog, I'm going to talk a lot about this training block and the realities and feelings of shortcoming that I've been experiencing. So that being said, I'm going to stop rambling because I've probably been talking for 4 minutes, but I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to see you guys here in a little bit. Gotta drink some water. Drink your water. Alrighty, friends. So here I am, jumping in from the future. I did a pretty good job explaining at the end of my previous run where my shortcomings have been with my fueling for some of these long runs. However, I did want to just briefly talk about a couple things, which was one, since my last race, which was 25 miles, training for a longer effort, my during effort fueling has changed quite a bit. Previously, I was very heavily dependent on liquid nutrition, whereas now I do find myself actually being a bit hungry during my efforts and wanting to eat real food. I say that with quotations because I'm eating a lot of bars. I've also been eating a lot of those homemade performance purees that I've been making, which I plan to stick to is just whole foods and being very conscious of my carbs and my calorie intake per hour. For getting ready for race day, I've started to strategize. But I will say filming this video has shined a light for myself upon some of my shortcomings with fueling. And I know I touched upon this earlier, but I just thought I would bring it up that fueling is very important. And although on some of these long runs of 20 miles, I haven't really had the opportunity to face any repercussions, but I understand that doing a 100-kilometer race, there's a lot of room for error, and there's a lot of room for that to catch up with me and really bring me down. So I am going to be focusing a lot on fueling, being more conscious of my carbs per hour as well as calories per hour, and just using this as a learning opportunity. Like I said, I am not perfect, but I am adaptable, and I am here to learn and continue to improve. And that's pretty much all we can do. So that being said, if you made it to this point in the video, holy crap, you are amazing. I really appreciate you. And you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing because I do a lot of this. Pretty much, I think my content could be classified as mountain vlogs, running vlogs, things of that nature. So if that appeals to you, consider subscribing. I am going to be running my very first 100-kilometer race here in a few weeks. So if you want to tag along and stick around and see how that goes, like I said, consider subscribing. Comment down below if you've done any of these routes, if you've been in the area recently. I know I've seen a few of you on the trail, which has been awesome. Like I say in every video, I really genuinely appreciate and love reading your comments. So the time you take to write one out, it really does mean so much to me. So thank you so much. So all in all, here we go. We have a few more weeks left until my 100K, so I really am excited to take you guys along with me. We have some really great adventures coming up that I'm, like I said, just really excited to show you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you find some trail today, and I will see you in my next adventure. Bye!